Well, we talked about next year's U.S. Senate race having national interest and implications. You can better believe that both parties are watching very closely what's happening in Mississippi. You have Tate Reeves, who's a somewhat vulnerable incumbent Republican, and an incumbent, or a challenger, I should say, Democratic challenger, who's been making waves and making it interesting, shall we say. This is the most recent poll we have from Mississippi Today and the Siena College. 52% for Tate Reeves, 41% for Brandon Presley, and 6% undecided. Now, that got us tight. By this poll, as tight as 4 points, so it's widening back up again. Maybe he can. It's the first time that Tate Reeves has gone above 50%, so maybe there's some breathing room now. But let's show you just a tone and the tenure of some of the ads. First, this one I believe is an anti-Reeves commercial.
Tate Reeves has a personal trainer, and Reeves helped get that trainer 1.3 million of your tax dollars. Millions more were stolen from education and jobs programs and given to Reeves' rich friends. Learn more at tatereeves.com.
Of course, a welfare scandal that involved Brett Favre, and we haven't heard the end of that. That is still very much in part of the public conversation. Now here's this commercial, the anti-Presley commercial that the Reeves folks are running.
Have you seen this ad attacking our governor, Tate Reeves?
Under Tate Reeves, millions were steered from it.
It's 100% false. Tate Reeves had nothing to do with the scandal. Nothing. Even the liberal press agrees. They say there is no evidence he played a role. It all happened before he was governor. Tate Reeves has supported the prosecution to find the truth. And Democrat Brandon Presley, you can't trust him. He doesn't care about the truth.
Like I said, there's a lot of mud being slung down in Mississippi. We'll start with you first, Mark, on that.
Well, I think the governor has a slight lead in fundraising, but the governor also, though, has a lot of unfavorables in the polls. Presley's name is not as well known as Reeves. I think those negative ads just negate each other, and so for some of this, I think it comes down to name ID. I think Presley's got a tough fight just with the lack of name ID, and I wouldn't sit pretty if I was Governor Reeves in that those unfavorables are significant. So it'll be an interesting race to watch.
Yeah, you're the Mississippi guy here, Otis. What are your thoughts on?
Yeah, I think it'll be a race to watch. You have to give the nod to Tate Reeves right now. But that welfare money scandal is not going to go away. And for Tate Reeves to say that he had nothing to do with it, well, it is true that he was not governor when it started. Phil Bryant was. But after he got into office, he was sort of indirectly involved. His brother was involved, Todd Reeves, in trying to get some additional million or so dollars for Brett Favre. I mean, that whole thing is it's a sordid scandal here. You're taking welfare money to build a volleyball stadium for Brett Favre, who played in the NFL and made millions of dollars. Reeves is not going to be unscathed by that.
That's for sure.
I'll defer to Otis and Mark in terms of the history and politics of it. But a couple of things. Mississippi is still a highly black populated state. And if black people vote...
The most highly in the country.
Absolutely. If they vote as they could vote, it might make a difference. The other thing is, those ads just remind me, man, as a recovering politician myself, that it just reminds me that present-day national politics is exactly like junior high school politics. Yeah. Name calling, saying stuff that you wouldn't say in polite conversation. It's one of the reasons I don't like it, but it's also one of the reasons I do love it. So,
so you know, what's really disappointing in both of these races is that the people of Mississippi have real issues. In recent polling, 92% of residents in Mississippi are concerned about local and rural hospitals are being closed, Medicaid issues. There are serious issues to talk about in Mississippi, yet these are the commercials we get, while the people of Mississippi, quite frankly, suffer.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, Mississippi finishes 50th out of 50 in too many categories, and there's not a lot of this conversation about changing what really needs to be helped there. All right, that's all we have time for, unfortunately, but you guys were great. Really appreciate it. Otis, Mark, and Reverend Ken, hope to have you all back again very soon. And be watching for these debates coming up, folks. This is very important stuff here, and I hope you'll, again, tune into ours coming up tomorrow, 5:30 here on ABC 24. We'll see you next week for ABC 24 This Week.